thanks a million for talking to Mybliss.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me.
So did you ever get the giggles when you were on set?
I did. Probably the most when I was doing the scene in the movie where I had to copy Gru's voice, just because everyone was trying to help me to do it, and it's such a specific, strange accent. It was really hard, and the directors were on this webcam in the studio, and they were all doing it, and all the people in France were trying to help me, and then I had people that were actually with me in the studio that were trying to help me, and it was just funny hearing everyone's renditions of the accent.
So I heard that you didn't get to meet Steve until 2 weeks after the movie was made.
Yeah.
So how did you find out what his voice was like? Were you sent?
Well, they would play me his voice while I was inside of the studio, and then I would say my lines back and forth with him, even though he had already recorded it, which was kind of interesting, but it was cool because then I had a lot to play off of, and it would bring a lot more energy into it.
Yeah. And you had to skip all the makeup and hair. Did you miss that, or?
I kind of liked getting to just go in and be in, sweats and just really get into the character and everything and not have to worry about that.
So, Gru's minions do anything and everything for him. If you could have a minion, what would you make your minion do for you?
Well, I bake stuff a lot, so I'd want my minion to make me cupcakes. Or, what else? There's so many good things a minion could do. Maybe like a minion manicurist. That'd be good.
That would be nice. So if you could steal anything and get away with it, what would it be?
If I could steal anything?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's this mall in LA called The Grove. It's this huge outdoor mall, and it has all my favorite stores, so I'd steal that. Not quite as big as the moon, but pretty good.
You'd just steal the whole mall?
Yeah, just take the whole mall.
With everything inside.
Not even just my favorite store, the entire mall.
So apart from Gru, who I absolutely loved, who's your favourite movie villain of all time?
Favorite movie villain?
Yeah.
Let's see. Probably the Joker. I think that would be one of the best. Batman.
Yeah. And would you ever like to play a villain?
Yeah, I think it'd be really fun to play a villain. I liked this movie because even though Gru's the villain, you end up really liking him by the end.
What's the most despicable thing you've ever done?
Okay, most despicable thing I've ever done. Probably, once I threw a party for my cat, and this isn't really that despicable, but I was maybe in 4th grade, and I invited all these random strangers around my neighborhood to come to the party, and I let them into my backyard, like a lot of kids and random people, and one of my neighbors' moms ended up going to my front door and telling my mom, and she was pretty mad at me.
She killed you.
Yeah, I just have all these people in my backyard. I swore it was my cat's birthday.
So you've worked with brilliant comedians like Steve and Jason and Jack Black. Do you have any jokes for us? Did you learn any skills from them?
Any jokes? Yeah, I mean, I think it taught me a lot just getting to be in this animated movie because I'd never done anything like it before, and getting to see Steve Carell, he put so much into his character, so it kind of helped me because getting to just see him and hear his voice and everything, I wanted to put a lot more into my character.
Yeah. Is there anything you always take on tour with you to make you feel kind of at home?
Let's see, what do I take? Well, I always have my cell phone with me, of course, and I love, talking to my friends. I'm always texting with them and trying to keep up with them. But as far as just I have the stuffed animal I used to take with me everywhere. I'm not going to admit it that I brought it this time, so.
Do you still have it with you?
Secretly, yes.
And Gru reads 3 Little Kittens to Margot and Edith and Agnes. Yeah. Did you have a favourite book when you were younger?
Let's see. I used to read all the Ramona and Beezus books when I was little. I always thought they were cute. And Junie B. Jones. I don't know if you've heard of that, but
no.
I used to read those all the
time. What about now? What are you reading at the minute?
Right now, Twilight, of course. I just started reading those books. I'm a little behind, but I've seen all the movies. And what else am I into? Catcher in the Rye, I read for school. I love that.
So I've read that you love Judd Apatow movies.
Yeah, I do.
So did you kind of ask Jason for introduction, or?
Well, I love Sarah Marshall. It's one of my absolute favorite Judd Apatow movies. So I definitely told him about that. I love the vampire voice he does in that movie. It cracks me up.
And so what's next for you?
Right now, I just finished the last new season of iCarly, and it just started airing. So that's exciting, and I'm getting ready to go on tour for the first time.
Brilliant. Sounds good. And finally, would you ever like to go into space?
Would I ever like to go into space?
Yeah.
Yes. Who would want to do that? I'd love to do that.
Really? You wouldn't be scared?
I'd probably be really scared, but if someone offered that, I'd definitely go for it.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that okay?
That's great.